So good to be back. Alright guys, so today we are revisiting the IS300. We're going to try and knock out as much as we can done on that car today. Last season, she got left somewhere because I smacked the curb. I drew out the car around, you know, not really used to rear wheel drive just yet. But it's time to start fixing up parts of the car, namely the lights and the brakes. Once the wheels show up, we're gonna have a separate video for those, but we're gonna try and knock out as much as we can done today, provided that Florence doesn't screw us up. Gotta get that obligatory exhaust note clip, as always. A good while ago, I put in new fresh headlights and taillights on this car. Sometimes buying OEM parts is such a nice thing, because those just look really nice. What do you think?
They're like brand new dentures.
Yes. New teeth for grandma, is that what you're saying? Thoughts on the car? What do you think?
I like it. In high school there was this kid that had a black one.
Ooh.
And this was the car I wanted for a long time. So to be able to be around one is really cool.
And eventually modify and tune the fire out of.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. It's a cool car. I mean, it aged really well. Like, it looks really good still. So yeah.
It's also definitely August. I don't know if you can hear that on camera, but this area gets plagued with cicadas every year.
The sound of love.
You ever watch those animes where they're talking like it's the summertime and they just pan through like different sceneries and all you hear is cicadas in the background?
Yeah, I'm like, is there really that many cicadas in Japan?
That's what I want to know. And this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is what the new taillights look like. I'm so stoked to see them on the car. Now, one thing I do want to mention on these compared to other taillights, these actually run special LEDs in them that have the brake lights and everything in them. So when you go to take the harness out of the old one, this one has its own harness built into it. You're going to take that plug right there and plug it into where your normal tail light brake light would be. And there you go, it's all wired in now. Like I said, these all kind of plug together like this, and then I'll stick that into there so that it actually all stays plugged up. Good news is they're LEDs, so these shouldn't burn out anytime soon whatsoever. I mean, just from the side, that's going to look a lot better than it does right now. Alright, here we go. Yeah, that looks so much better. Old tail light. Boom. Look at that. It just brings the whole styling of the car back together. It just, wow. Even with the lights off, I mean, look at that. Yeah, definitely beats what used to be on there, I'm telling you. Time to get these things out. There is a lengthy process to changing out the headlights. So first thing we need to do is lift this car off the ground. That way we can get underneath it, pull the wheels off. We can actually see what went down with this back wheel, because naturally this guy is bunk, his alignment's way off. Now it's just time to pull that bumper off so I can actually handle the fog light situation and then move on to the actual LED conversion. To do the headlights, you are going to need to take the wheels off, because that's really the only way to get those guys out. My suggestion is just undo any of the bolts holding the bumper on and also the lights. Unfortunately, this is a car where you do need to take the bumper off to change the lights on it. There are two plastic screws that sit in these two spots. You also have this one here that's just holding this grill in place. Another one right here that's holding this slide on. You have a 10 mil sitting right there, and a 10 mil on the opposite side on the same location. I've already pulled all those. I've got them stashed away. There's going to be a 10 mil bolt holding the bumper on right here where my little piece can fit. Unfortunately, due to some vibration on the road and probably also for me hitting the curb, that came loose, so that bolt is missing on this side. However, on this side it's still here. That's why it's all nice and cozy. Just got to pull that out, and then on the other side underneath there'll be a few bolts that are holding it to the chassis of the car. You want to take those out, and then you should be good to go to take this off, at least the bumper. All right, got the bumper off. It's very straightforward. I mean, Will's here, he's chilling, saying what's up. But it legit took me, what, 5 minutes?
About 5 minutes.
Yeah. So bolts on either side, Sometimes there's a couple bolts and clips along the bottom that you need to pop off or unscrew. Ours didn't have those, so they just came straight off. And once you pull those out, we're gonna change the fog lights, the housings on them real quick, and then we'll move on to the actual bulb replacement. So we got these new housings from Spider. These things look great. They're the same people that made the taillights that are on the car right now. That comes with all the hardware you need, which is nice. That doesn't always happen. We just tested the driver's side out, and that is perfect. So now it's time to get the other side done, and yeah, dude, I'm really excited. The lights are gonna finally work again.
Yeah.
Still remember going down Dry Mill Road doing 120 with only that headlight working. So we officially have the fancy, nice, clear yellow, very yellow. I mean, look at that. Woo! It looks so much better already. They're installed. They look amazing. We've already tested them. We know they work. So now we're gonna work on the headlights. To get those out, there are 2 screws behind the fender guard, the whatever you want to call that. I call it a fender guard. Anyways, they sit right about here. On the opposite side, you'll feel them, you'll see them if you take a flashlight to them. My suggestion is to unscrew some of the bulbs, set them to the side. I know those work, so I'm not worried about changing those right now. And then unplug the plugs you need to as accordingly, because if you have the HID version like I do, there's probably more plugs than others. So once that's done, you'll have the headlight out, and that's when you start on the fun parts, and that's taking out the ballast on the bottom of the unit. So we have gone in and we've got the new LED bulbs all situated. Let me show you on this side. They are considerably brighter than the HIDs, mostly because they're 8,000 lumen. Yes, very, very bright regular headlight. We're on our way now to get new high beams. That's what those dudes are. And the way we fit them in there, you just kind of put the clip together and let it kind of rest in that cap ring. You guys will know what I'm talking about if you're doing this yourself. And then we took the contacts off of the ballast and stretched them open so that we could fit the plugs for these new lights. They are so much brighter, even with the nice clean housing. Like, they're still brighter than the old ones were. So now we're going to kind of leave things as they are, come back after we get the high beams, bolt it all back together, and show off the difference. I'm excited for that. Just got back from the parts store, got our high beams, got to slap these punks in there, see if they will actually light up correctly. And see how bright they are. I'm very curious. I really do hope that these high beams are brighter than the LEDs we put in there, because otherwise that would be really counterintuitive.
Yeah.
Oh well. All right, got boom LED, turn signals, and high beams. Our lights work now.
Your high beams are real high.
High?
Eh, not that bad.
Yeah, not too bad. The main thing though is we actually have sight at night, because like even on my camera, like we can actually see something now.
That's a good.
Now we just got to get the bumper put back on and test the foggers. Thankfully that's a lot easier to fix. Just walk away slowly. Yeah. Yeah. That's definitely better. Both sides work now. The yellow is most assuredly yellow. That just looks right. All is right in the world now. So because of how long this took us and the fact that I'm very quickly running out of sunlight, and I know that there's a strong chance it's going to rain, I'm actually going to call it a day here. We'll pick up the brakes another day. But thank you for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Season 6 is going to make this IS300 epic again. Otherwise, thanks for watching. God bless y'all, and we'll see you next time. Peace!